Hello and welcome. This is Matthias 76, and together we are decoding the deception. Together we are decoding the headline. As this past week has flown by and one news story after another lands on my desk, each seemingly vying to outdo the last for illustrating the absurd and insane state of our world, I have felt this growing sense that I am in a surreal landscape where madness reigns and reason is banished. Nothing makes any sense. Mask mandates have been lifted, but the blind do not see. The sheep take comfort in the protection that in reality is no protection at all. Big Pharma speaks, and the flocks obey. All is good. We are under their watchful eye. If our children are to be sacrificed, the altar of science seems a laudable enough cause. It is a risk many are willing to take. So let us go down the digital rabbit hole and see what we can find. As we consider COVID-19 vaccination mania in obeisance to Big Pharma and, more importantly, the dark forces far below whose bidding they do, we see that the FDA has opened new frontiers of idiocy and declared that there is no natural immunity to COVID-19 afforded by the antibodies that those who have had the disease now possess. We have broken new ground, to be sure, and please note, all articles referenced will be linked in the description below. Science Daily reports on a study from the Washington University School of Medicine that says mild COVID-19 induces lasting antibody protection. But what do they know? It matters not that this study has been accepted for publication in the respected scientific journal Nature, an abstract of which reads, long-lived bone marrow plasma cells, BMPCs, are a persistent and essential source of protective antibodies. Severe acute respiratory syndrome, coronavirus 2, convalescent individuals have a significantly lower risk of reinfection. But what do they know? They apparently did not get the memo, just like this quack. Who is he? He is only Professor Luc Montagnier. He is a French virologist and Nobel Prize winner who contends that it is the vaccination that is creating the variants. He is, after all, only the 2008 Nobel laureate in medicine, but he is no longer singing from the authorized songbook, so he is a quack. But let us, in deference to his accomplishments, hear him out. That is gracious of us, don't you think? We do like to go the extra mile here at Decoding the Deception. Professor Montagnier referred to the vaccine program for the coronavirus as an unacceptable mistake. Mass vaccinations are a scientific error as well as a medical error, he said. It is an unacceptable mistake. The history books will show that because it is the vaccination that is creating the variants. Who does this guy think he is? Nobel Prize? So what? When asked, should we be vaccinating during a pandemic? His response? It's unthinkable. They are silent. Many people know this. Epidemiologists know it. It is the antibodies produced by the virus that enable an infection to become stronger. It's what we call antibody-dependent enhancement, which means that the antibodies favor a certain infection. Translate, it makes those who have been infected and then vaccinated more susceptible to the variants the vaccine itself produces in them. The Food and Drug Administration cares not. They tout their lies and The masses comply. All sarcasm aside, this mania to get every human being vaccinated, in spite of what sound science and the true experts say, tells us that the vaccine is what this whole manufactured virus and virus scare has all been about. Do not think that this temporary lull, the current respite in the outbreak, is going to last. It is rather the lull before the coming storm. The sarcasm I directed toward the thinking of the FDA and the other lords of hell who govern this realm was for the sake of illustrating the absurdity of their untenable, illogical position. It is a created stall tactic aimed at rerouting traffic temporarily and stalling for time. Stalling for time until the next wave hits and hits hard. The one that has been genetically enhanced by the protection of the mRNA vaccines they have been lying about. Then, perhaps, just perhaps, they will not need to lie about the fatalities. There will be no need to cook the numbers and twist them to say what they want, because we will see the carnage for ourselves. And if the sheep are compliant now, willing to do whatever they are told, no matter how silly, sick, or illogical, how obedient will they be then? How tolerant of your rights will the terrified be? To what lengths will a world gone mad go? This is not exactly uncharted territory. I invite you to think about this, to have an open mind about the trajectory of events, and remember, this is not, as many would have you believe, about money and power in the traditional sense. Business fat cats being greedy and not caring about those who suffer. This is about a power grab on a whole other level. This is an earthly salvo in a cosmological struggle, an eternal struggle. A struggle that our Lord warned us would get worse and worse as the end of the age draws near. A struggle that in earthly terms we might not win. Jesus said, "My kingdom is not of this world." And then he let this world win so that he might win for us the final, the true victory. I am not suggesting that we give up and give in. Nothing like it. Neither am I suggesting that we surrender our own for the lords of darkness to do as they will. Rather, I implore you to recognize the struggle for what it is. A struggle for which the outcome, the ultimate outcome, the eternal outcome was decided long ago, the end of which is certain. I want to thank you for joining us today on Decoding the Headlines. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. We also invite you to subscribe to our channel, and if you subscribe, make sure to hit that notification bell so that you are notified when we put out new content. Also, consider sharing this video with others. This is Matthias 76, and together we are decoding the deception. God bless, and have a great day. That concludes our broadcast for today. We publish our videos on YouTube, BitChute, and Brighteon. We hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give us a like or a thumbs up. We invite you to subscribe so you can continue to receive our content. Also, please consider sharing this video with others. We love to hear from you, so please leave a comment below. This is Matthias 76, and together we will continue to decode the deception.